What's going on, folks? Yours truly here, Papa God is in the house. As always, the show will start right after this. All right. So I hope everybody is who is watching this understand that I posted today that I'm going to be talking about what's going on in Haiti, which you can see the title. And it is a very, very sensitive subject for me to touch on. Uh, and I said, you know what, today I'm going to touch base on it. So the show's going to be a little bit different today, as you can see. But anyway, um, I was actually able to witness something that was happening today and on tribute to the president, passing. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a video. So the section today we're gonna be before I play the video, we're gonna talk about a few things. Number one, how it all got started, the assassination of the president, how it all got started. Number two, we're gonna talk about the progression of the case. Number three, where we are today. Number four, what are some of the people were saying? My Haitian people, people who's been here for a long time, like myself, young entrepreneurs. What are they saying about it? Um, and number five, what is my whole view on that matter? So anyway, let's go ahead and watch the tribute that happened earlier today, and I would encourage you guys to find that video because it was a really good service.
Songwriter and composer, Tiawol.
Pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, ma chance unie, ma chance unie, ton nom, point de traite du sol, soyons seuls maîtres, ma chance unie, ma chance unie pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, marchons, marchons, marchons unis pour le pays, pour les ancêtres.
What a beautiful song. What a beautiful song. And like I said, this is a very touchy subject for me. That's why I don't talk about politics much. But today, Papa Good gonna be a little bit vulnerable to talk on in his view about what's going on here. I remember singing that song in school, So what I went and did is, for those of you who don't know or who doesn't speak Creole, so pas parler Creole, you don't speak Creole, that's cool. I actually went and I got the translation in English for you of what our national anthem says, and then you're going to see exactly what's going on in my country right now is totally the opposite, and um, we usually sing the French version of the song when we are in school. But I got the Creole version in the screen. I got the French version. I got the translation in English for those of you who are not familiar with the Haitian anthem. So it says, "For Haiti, the ancestors' country, we must walk hand in hand. There must not be traitors among us. We must be yourself, unique master. Let us walk hand in hand, for Haiti can be more beautiful. Let us put our hand together for Haiti and the name of our ancestors, you know? And if you are watching what's going on right now, the country is going through a total opposite of what the anthem is saying. Um, and like I said, many people ask me to touch on that subject. I'm not comfortable, guys. Papa God is not comfortable with politics. But hey, a lot of time you gotta push yourself to do stuff that's uncomfortable, you know? So anyway, as you can see, we're definitely on the opposite of what's going on. So if you don't know what's going on, the president of Haiti has been assassinated, and the whole country is upside down right now, totally upside down, a lot of chaos. And for those of you who haven't really paying attention to the news, this whole show we're gonna talk about a couple. I mean, I'm gonna be playing a couple clips so you can be a little update on what's going on in the country, and then we can move forward. And I would love to see, you can put comment on there to, you know, express your emotion, express your feeling about what's going on, and have a conversation. I don't mind at all. But let's go ahead and watch when things was very, very fresh in Haiti, and what was the news like. Let's follow right now.
Tonight, the nation of Haiti is reeling after the assassination of its president inside his home. Haiti's first lady was wounded in the overnight attack but survived. Here is CBS's Ben Tracy.
The attackers, seen here approaching the president's residence in trucks, apparently pretended to be agents of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration in order to get past security guards. The gunman broke into the home of Haiti's president early this morning. Then shots are fired. They assassinated the 53-year-old Haitian leader, Jovenel Moise, and also shot his wife, Martine. She survived and was brought to a Miami hospital for treatment. Vehicles and walls outside the compound were riddled with bullets. Haiti's interim prime minister, Claude Joseph, called the attack a coup and said the gunmen were speaking English and Spanish. He claims the country's security is now under control. Late this afternoon, police said they had the killers surrounded.
I was awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning by gunshots, heavy gunshots.
Magali Noel Dress is a business owner in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince.
What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Everybody is very worried about the security because one, the head of state is gone down. Anybody could go down. The streets are empty. Nobody's out. This is very heavy.
Haiti has been in turmoil for months as President Moise became increasingly unpopular for clinging to power after his term expired. There are now fears of more violence.
You need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state of Haiti.
Especially for those living there, wondering what might come next. Ben Tracy, CBS News.
There you go. There you have it. That's just a little update for you on exactly what happened. This was actually some of the news that was coming out. And like I said, it's a very touchy subject for me, okay? So we have an assassination of a president. The first thing that comes to people's mind was, okay, where were the security guard? And I'm not going to go ahead and cover everything that's happening step by step, but you guys can actually really look into that story. What happened to the security guard and how come it was so easy for a president to be assassinated? Now, as I said on my very first post when this came out, I believe no matter how hard and how tough things get, when it comes to politics, when it comes to, you know, leading a country, when it comes to opposition, I don't believe it's worth a life taken. That's just my philosophy. That's what I think, you know. And to me, to watch this situation going on in my home country, like I said, it's an emotional subject for me. This is the first time I actually, every single day, I'm watching the news in Haiti. It's something I don't usually do because politics is not my forte at all. I do not like politics. But hey, it is what it is. It's part of our culture today. So the president got assassinated. Now, we're going to see what is the progression. So what happened? Who did it? And a lot of you already know the story of, you know, there have been things saying the U.S. was involved. There has been, of course, well, you know, whoever was involved. I'm not going to go in details. But let's see, after this happened, the assassination, let's see exactly how this problem was progressing, and in the middle of the story, what happened and how long did it take to actually start catching those people that committed the act.
Police in Haiti say 2 Haitian Americans and more than 20 Colombians are behind the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. Colombia's government says early investigations suggest that some of the men involved were retired members of its military. Moise was shot dead during a raid at his home on Wednesday. Some of the suspects have been identified, but officials are still looking for at least 8 others. Paddy Colhane reports.
A very public display in Port-au-Prince. Police load 2 men into the bed of a pickup truck, saying they may be a part of the armed gang that allegedly assassinated President Jovenel Moise, later paraded in front of the press. Outside of the police station where several suspects are being held, an angry crowd gathered, demanding the suspects be turned over to them.
Those guys killed the president. We are going to make them suffer now that the police have found them and taken them to jail. We want them to burn today.
The Haitian police chief said that 28 attackers have been identified, 26 Colombians and 2 Americans of Haitian descent. He said 8 were still on the run and 3 had been killed. And in a surprising turn, the Colombian defense minister acknowledged some of the suspects had been in the Colombian army.
In response to the assassination of the Haitian president, today Interpol has officially requested information from the Colombian government and the national police about the alleged perpetrators of this act. Initially, the information indicates they are Colombian citizens, retired members of the National Army. We've given instructions by the national government to our police and the army to collaborate in the investigation to clarify these facts immediately. Our public force is fully at the disposition of the sister Republic of Haiti.
This is all unfolding among a political backdrop of confusion about who is actually in charge.
Well, first I would say that it is our view, and we continue to call for elections to happen this year, and we believe they should proceed. We know that free and fair elections will facilitate a peaceful transfer of power to a newly elected president, and we certainly continue to support Haiti's democratic institutions.
Moise had been ruling by decree after the majority of parliament was dissolved in January last year. Now both Claude Joseph and Ariel Henry, both senior politicians, claim they are in charge. Haiti, a desperately poor country where the coronavirus is spreading, violence is surging, and political uncertainty rules the day, and now an international mystery of who assassinated the 53-year-old president and why. Paddy Colhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
There you have it. So until today, we still don't know the motive. So even though they are catching this assassin who went and murdered the president, until today, they don't know what the motive was. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation out there, and I don't want to get too deep in this. And, I mean, I would love to have you guys, I mean, if you're watching this right now, you can put comment, because I'll be watching the comment. Maybe I'll answer you, and we can have a conversation about what you feel and what you think about the matter. Because, you know, this is one of the reasons I love America. You know, you have freedom of speech. You can say what you think. So you should really it's a blessing to be in a country like that. Now, it's not perfect here in America, but hey, I believe we are okay than most countries. But anyway, so not only they still investigating the whole thing, but they still cannot find out what the motive was, you know? And now you have the person who's supposed to be the prime minister. People are fighting now, saying he's not supposed to be the prime minister because before the president actually died, he nominated another prime minister to replace him. However, that person was not sworn yet. And I guess according to the Constitution, if the person is not sworn in, then technically you cannot play that position of power. You cannot be in that position of power. But the opposition is actually still fighting for that, you know, for that new guy to actually, you know, become the prime minister. And it's always a fighting for power in our country. And it's been like that for ages, you know. So Um, right now, I have one last video I'm gonna share with you to give you up to date on what's kind of going on now. This news that come out is not too far from maybe I think it's a couple days old. To give you an update on what's going on, and then after that, I'm gonna tell you my conversation with young people like me who want to reinvest in the country, but there is actually nothing to really motivate you to give back. You know, a lot of people I speak with, they want to actually go back to Haiti, give back, do the best we can to actually help the country, but the country does not really inspire us to do so, even though some are really fighting to make that happen, but it's very, very tough on this matter. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and listen, just know that I'm only playing those videos to keep you and give you an update on what's going on. That's really it. So let's watch this third video before we go into my views.
Where is the leadership of Haiti?
In this YouTube video posted in 2011, Christian Sinan portrays himself as a future leader of Haiti who would battle corruption and turn the nation around. Now, police in that country say the Haitian doctor who lived in Florida is one of the intellectual authors of the plot to assassinate President Jovenel Moise last week. And they allege that Sinan even planned to install himself as Haiti's president, though questions are mounting about who financed the brazen attack.
Merci, PM.
Haiti's police chief says Sinan was one of at least 29 people involved. 24 have been arrested or killed, including 18 Colombians, 2 U.S. citizens, and Sinan. The Haitian government says the assassins posed as U.S. drug enforcement agents. The DEA says they were not acting on behalf of the agency, but it does now confirm that another one of the suspects was at times a confidential informant. As tensions escalate in Haiti, 3 politicians are jockeying for power and have met with senior FBI and Homeland Security agents on the ground. Tomorrow, the president's chief of security will be questioned to determine how the gunman got in. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News.
Well, as you can see, this is straight from NBC. Straight from NBC, guys, not me, okay? I don't want to take any credit. I'm just sharing with you what I'm sharing with you. So anyway, apparently this new guy is a doctor that's been linked to the whole thing. You know, the guy you saw that was talking about leadership of Haiti. Haiti need new leader. So some stuff are linking back to him. And I'm like, man, Florida, why you always have to participate on something, man? You know, Florida, come on. But anyway, that's what happened. And actually, one of the commandos, one of the person who actually assassinated the president was actually from Florida. Like the 2 Haitians they find allegedly actually from Florida. But anyways, that's just to give you a quick update. And like I said, this is a very sensitive subject for me. I see, as I'm actually looking at some of the comment here, I see Sophia said, I believe the motive was to take our free land of independence the way they want to own us. They want to own us. Hey, listen, some people may believe that because remember, nobody can ever take that away from the Haitian that we are the first black country to gain our independence. Nobody for the rest of history. We can have human being living 300 million years from now. I don't know how we would look, by the way. But nobody can take that away from Haiti. And a lot of people have that same feeling, Sophia, where they say, you know what? They just want to do stuff. Like they want to take our country. They want to just come out there and do whatever they want. As there's a lot of speculation, Haiti is rich of uranium, gold. There's a lot of stuff in the country. However, our resources does not permit us to actually explore these. And then outside countries actually come out and take advantage of us as Haitians. There's a lot of things being saying that. Definitely need to understand what's going on. Absolutely. The doctor/pastor was close to Jovenel. Yes, they say he was close to Jovenel, and I saw some stuff out there, like, hey, be careful who your friends are because they may be the one who's, against you. But guys, there's a lot of things going on, and I hate talking political. But anyway, everybody so far I speak with is saying, man, this is a mess. Some Haitians are very, very shameful of what's going on in the country, even though we have nothing to do with it here. However, we are shameful because other countries are looking at us and like, wow, oh, so you Haitian? Oh man, I'm so sorry for what's going on over there. They're feeling sorry for us, but we don't want that petty. We really don't. So I hope you can understand, everybody who's watching me, especially, and if people feel the same way, it's like our country for centuries been going through turmoil. And there's a lot of speculation that is saying it's simply because that we are black and we get our independence first, and we always going to be suppressed by big nations like the U.S. and so on. But it sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks. It's very shameful on what our country is going now. So when I talk to you, when I said earlier, I spoke with people, they can't physically do it, but they'll do it mentally. Julia, that is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. And thank you for saying that in the comment, because physically they cannot fight with us, but mentally, if you can control somebody mentally, you can control the whole outcome. Now, if you want to look at some history on how the U.S. is being connect and the economy of Haiti, you need to do your own research. This is not the show for it, but I want you to go educate yourself, because there is a primary reason why we are where we are today. And this situation, we cannot look at it fully emotionally, because if we only look at it emotionally, then we may end up saying or do certain things that we weren't supposed to. But logically, look at the history of Haiti. I encourage you. I'm not going to give you a lesson, okay, and Haiti today, but I encourage you, watch the history of Haiti, how America is connected in the financial aspect of Haiti, and then that will give you more information or more insight, so you can understand why some people are saying what they are saying out there. Okay, thank you for saying that. We're paying the price for our independence. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that's the stuff definitely needed. Okay, absolutely. So, like I said earlier, many people I talk to, my generation, I'm 33 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. I live in Central Florida. And many people I speak with that's my age, at least, who actually maybe came here when they was very little. I came here when I was 12, 13 years old. But anybody I speak with, they say, James, I moved here when I was 5 years old. I moved here when I was 8 years old. I want to do so much for the country, but look what's going on today. And before even today, look what's been going on. So like I said, it's a very sensitive subject for many of us here as Haitians. So that's what it is. So I'm going to tell you, like I said in the post, I was going to share with you my philosophy, because tout Haitien pense yo ka arrange Haiti, right? So I might as well have an opinion. What I just say is every Haitian think they can fix Haiti, and so I might as well have an opinion. My opinion, my philosophy is very weird. I remember a couple years ago, I was talking to my dad, and we was talking about many things. When I sit with my dad is one of the best friend I have. When I speak with him, I feel free. This is a guy you can share anything with him, and you feel comfortable having a very educational discussion with him. So if you're watching this, I love you, Dad. I appreciate you. Love you too, Mom. Okay. But I was having this conversation with my dad, and we was first talking about religion. And then we got look good for your age. Thank you, Julia. Julia, merci en pile. Même lem commencer à chauve, but thank you. You say I look good for my age. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I was talking to my dad. So we come from religion. My dad is a pastor. I was raised in church. And from religion, we start talking about life. And then we start talking about politics a little bit. And when me and my family, we get together, this is what my wife usually tell me. My wife, when I tell my wife, hey, I'm going to go to my parents' house, you know what she tell me? And when I say, okay, I'll be back in a couple hours, she say like, no, I'll see you tomorrow. Because by the time I get home, she'll probably be asleep 1, 2, 3 in the morning, because I have such a divine connection with my family. It's weird. All of us are connected. But anyway, I remember speaking with my dad, and we touched that subject, and I said, you know what? I have a philosophy, and this is probably the most weirdest philosophy you can hear about my opinion and how Haiti can be better. And I truly believe it, by the way. I truly believe it. So hear me out. I'm going to share three things with you, but I think I have a total of seven, but I'm going to just share three with you. Write in the comment what you think about it, about what I say. Share this video, guys. Share, so people can actually, get that content. So here's my three first. Wait, tout Haïtien qui a changé Haïti, right? Every Haitian you find have a solution for Haiti. I promise you. You go to the person who never been to Haiti, they're going to have an opinion. And you go to the person who's been here for 30, 40, 50 years, they're going to have an opinion on how to fix Haiti. And a lot of them are similar. But here's my thought. Here's what Papa Goat think. The very number one thing I would do, share this video, the number one thing I would do. Oh, okay, I see your comment come out. Let me see what this person say. If they give women the country, we will change the nation. Julia, I love it. I love it. Hey, number one, give the nation to all the women. This is so true. This is a lot of shame. Yep, that's true. As bad as it. Okay, yep, that's very, very true. Woman power. Okay, listen, we're still yet to see a woman president. I wouldn't mind to see how a lady would treat it, because I'm very open. Whatever would be good for any country. Listen, let's make it happen. But anyway, number one for me on how we can change Haiti. Number one. You're probably gonna laugh for this, but I truly believe number one is we start with the bottom. What is under? What is below the ground? The infrastructure of bathroom. Yep. To start fixing Haiti, I believe every single household needs to have toilette hygienique inside. I know it's weird, but hear me out. Everybody should have good toilet system inside the house, or at least close to it, because we have people that live in tents, but at least close to it. That's number one. We fixed the foundation. Thank you, Sophia. Foundation, right? So it's weird, but hear me out. Number two things I would do would be give people access to TV. So everybody in Haiti would have television and electricity. That's the second thing I would do. Well, James, how come you're not talking about jobs? And how come you're talking about... Nope. Those two things, that's what I would do. Give people access to clean bathroom and give them access to television. Now, the television, you have to be very careful. If you look at every third world country, when they're showing a news on TV, this is key. What I'm going to say about television is key. When you look at the news in our country, I have my 7-year-old sitting next to me, and my daughter, she's 5 years old. Imagine looking at the news. There is a reporter with a cell phone or whatever it is, and they're showing you a dead body with the head all crashed up. Blood is all over the street, and that's what you're seeing on TV. I believe this done a big psychological impact to the new generation, to where they believe this is the norm. So meaning the news need to be controlled, as meaning somebody that's reporting the news. Do like, the U.S. does, and the other big countries. What they do is they have a reporter talking about what's going on, and then they're showing you the scene, but not the explicit scene. They explain to you what happened, and then you are informed of the news. But the whole showing up everything, like the dead body in the ground, to me, that's the most distasteful thing, and they know why they're doing it. They know why they do it. But anyway, number one, give them bathroom. Number two, give them access to television and control how the news is being projected. Number three, hope you guys are ready for this. Number three, that's when resources to food will come for me, believe it or not. Because as we are in Haiti right now we figure things out. It's a very poor country, at least they say. But we are used to how things going on right now. So the third thing I would do, I would open resources of trade for food. where the people can actually have access to food. Now, let me tell you, one of the main reasons Haiti is going down the drain right now is simply because the people who's controlling the economy is actually holding food away from the people. I mean, give them access to resources. Now, if you can control their belly and their mind, you can control 100% of the outcome. So that's what's going on. That's why there's a lot of people saying like the people will pay people just to start riot, and it happens, unfortunately, right? So now, once you fix the foundation, which is bathroom, you give people access to television. Now they stay busy because in Haiti, most of the country don't have access to television. You know, I'm from Mibale. I'm not from Port-au-Prince like every Haitian. I'm from in the countryside. Okay, well, it's in the central part, but kind of far out. So most of the country do not have electricity and TV. I promise you, if you give people access to television where they can actually watch things and they keep their mind busy and you keep them entertained, all these people that's every day going rioting, they would probably stay home. And then now you can kind of get a sense of control of how you can lead the country, because everybody think they are leaders. Everybody think they can lead the country. So I believe if you would do those three things, fix the bathrooms. I know toilet is the first one. It's weird, right? But that's how I think. Give them access to television. Control the news. Control how the news circulates. Don't show all these explicit pictures to the young generation going up. Then give them access to the resources, which is trading system for food. I promise you, this is the three things I have. But I have more, by the way. But this is not the session for it. So anyway, let's see. Kiyosaki, this guy, he really said, yeah, I did say that years ago, Patrick. You remember that, right? I said that years ago. And it's still my philosophy until today. Oui, television may distract them from having 10 to 12 kids. Oh, my God. Hey, listen, that's actually could be population control. I don't know, Sabrina. It could be, so if you stay busy, boom. I respect your opinion, but I like third one instead. Hey, that's really good. You like the third one? That's great. But me, like I said, I'm a weird person. I think like that. I truly think people need access. Maybe it's because of where I'm from. I'm not from Port-au-Prince, by the way. So maybe it's because where I'm from, we don't have access to clean bathroom. Maybe that's why. But I truly believe if the foundation is fixed with the toilet system, and then we give people TV to watch and give access to food, that would be the start of actually getting to the next level in the country. And then from there, of course, you're going to start creating jobs. And like I have a whole thing. Like I said, tout haïtien arrangé Haïti, right? I might as well have my own opinion. But anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm going to end the show. Okay. Like I said, this was a very touchy subject for me to talk a little bit about politics. And, a lot of people, the more I talk about it, the more weird I feel about it, to tell you the truth. But anyway, I hope you can go back and watch those videos I saw. Go do your own research. See why my country, Haiti, is where it's at today. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think. Let's have a conversation about it. And, until next time, Papa Goat, love you very much. Have a beautiful evening, guys.